I would like to turn to Ms. Lili and come back to this question of globalization 2.0. What is your take on it? And also, what can countries do so that they remain important to the global supply chain and indispensable?
Thank you. They have already, Minister Pascual and DG Nguyen have already discussed the most interesting parts. Now let me discuss the most boring part, the reality. There are two issues in global and investments trade that really are concerning right now. First is that the US-China trade tensions. I don't mean to pretend to know the US economy because I don't know. But what I learned is that regardless Democrat or Republic will be in the White House next term, the US trade policy towards China will remain the same, okay? This escalating trade, technology, security will be escalating. In October 2022, the US launched Semiconductor Review, which aims to hit Chinese semiconductor industries. In retaliation, China issued a review on cybersecurity on Micron company. In July this year, the US just launched a policy review on critical minerals. These tensions will be escalating instead of de-escalating. The second issue is that at the global level, just in 2022, the number of protectionist measures across goods, services, and investments, there were about 2,600 protectionist measures was just introduced last year. And I don't see that it's gonna be taken anyway soon. So those kind of two issues really put us in depressing kind of situations. When we see there's kind of a recovery in supply chains, it was mainly because of the UK blocks have been reviving as well as reviving in Taiwan and South Korea. But the overall global trade and investments are still very concerning. This brings us to the issues of your questions on decoupling. For ASEAN, we always keep ASEAN's positions as neutrals. Just to give you an illustration, ASEAN's trade with the EU increased from 110 billion US dollar to 342 billion US dollar from 2000 to 2022. So over the last 2 decades, ASEAN's EU trade increased about 3 times, okay? ASEAN-US trade, it increased from 135 billion US dollar to 452 billion US dollar. So it increased more than 3.3 times. So it's much higher than ASEAN-EU. But then ASEAN-China's trade, it increased from 39 billion US dollar in 2000 to 975 billion US dollar. So it increased 24 times just over the next 2 decades. So asking ASEAN to decoupling or to take side with any other nations will just be impossible. It will not only just decrease ASEAN's trade and investments, it's gonna lower overall ASEAN's economic growth. So what should ASEAN do? First, ASEAN with other middle power countries, first, strengthen multilateral trading systems, ensure dispute settlement body will be functioning, but by next ministerial trade WTO meeting in 2024. Second, ASEAN is not a self-contained region. Over the last 2 decades, intra-ASEAN trade was only about 22 to 23%. So ASEAN should improve ASEAN and East ASEAN's trade integrations, as well as keep positive engagements and cooperations with ASEAN's trading partners, ASEAN's trade and investments partners. Thank you.